News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, specializing in comprehensive accident rehabilitation. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900. Pahrumph's #1 media source for local news, weather, and sports.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, February 8th, 2011. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle for News 46. For the last 2 years, Detective Eric Murphy has been waiting for this day.
That's right. It's the day that the person who shot him was sentenced.
In September of 2008, Nye County Deputy Eric Murphy was shot 3 times after responding to a domestic disturbance call at Terrible's Lakeside, the same place where his best friend, Deputy Ian Deutsch, was fatally shot over a year later. 4 deputies responded that night to Terrible's Lakeside Resort in regards to shots being fired inside an RV just after 1 a.m. When they approached, the male suspect started shooting. He hit Deputy Murphy and several nearby RVs, but the deputies fired back and hit the suspect in the leg. Both men were airlifted to UMC Trauma Center in Las Vegas. The suspect, Joseph Patrick Lamoureux, age 48, is an Iraq war veteran who pleaded insanity in September of 2008 to the shootout that left the Nye County Sheriff's deputy wounded. He has now taken a plea deal, sparing him trial on an attempted murder charge. Lamoureux pleaded guilty last Wednesday in Pahrump to 3 charges: felony battery with a deadly weapon, causing substantial bodily harm, and assault with a deadly weapon on an officer, and misdemeanor discharging a weapon where a person may be endangered. Nye County District Attorney Brian Kunze agreed to drop 12 other charges, including attempted murder in the shootout that wounded Deputy Eric Murphy. Lamoureux faces up to 22 years in prison at sentencing this afternoon before Judge Robert Lane. Deputy, now Detective Murphy, returned to duty 2 months later. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46.
And news with a different deputy. Deputy William Tidmarsh was arrested for sexual battery, nearly 2 years ago. News 46 spoke to his attorney, Conrad Claus.
What we're here today for is a series of evidentiary hearings and also for a trial setting. Trial's been vacated on a couple occasions that I'm aware of. Pretty much it appears to dodge a negative result for the state prior to elections. At this point, what we want to do is get a trial set so we can get this man cleared and back to work, and also we need to determine some evidentiary issues. Most importantly, the basis of this case is that a young woman by the name of Sarah Rollins made allegations that Officer Tidmarsh placed his hands upon her, actually inside her clothing, inside her bra and inside her pants, when he was taking her home from, she was out at a bar and she's too drunk to drive and she was trying to drive home, and so he drove her home. What ended up happening was he was arrested by Detective Barukowitz of Nye County Sheriff's Office before they got the DNA test results back. The DNA test results, when they came back after my client had lost his job, indicate that it was 2 separate men that had their hands inside Sarah Rollins' bra and pants, 2 separate men, and that neither of them was William Tidmarsh. So what we're trying to do right now is get the court's authorization to test family members, because Sarah Rollins at preliminary hearing claimed that it was potentially her father or her sister's boyfriend, if I remember correctly, who may have deposited that DNA. So she didn't say why. I suspect she's not suggesting they were touching her so much as they're in the same environment and it was contamination. But in any event, we're going to clear not just Officer Tidmarsh in this case, but also the family members of Sarah Rollins, the male family members, so we can get to the bottom of who this was. It's simply a case where she was a little bit confused at the time, made some allegations, and right now she's sort of locked into a story, and the Sheriff's Office is locked into a wrongful termination and a wrongful arrest of one of their own deputies. We have a man who at that point, a commended officer with no prior record, who at 40 years old fought hard to get into the academy and worked with people 20 years younger than him and ran with them and exercised with them to get through that academy. Ended up being a commended officer who was at that point fired. There was press releases and statements to the press. It damaged his reputation, caused him some friction in his marriage, so his wife is standing by him and certainly supports him fully, and cost him his job.
All right, folks, coming up after the break, the FBI pays a visit to one of our local elementary schools today.
And an artist from Las Vegas was in town for a show.
That's right. We've got all this and more coming up right after this break. Please keep it here.
News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, specializing in comprehensive accident rehabilitation. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900.
Welcome back to News 46. The FBI visited J.G. Johnson Elementary today, and students as well as teachers were thrilled. Fifth graders at the school produced the highest cumulative results in the nation and first in the state of Nevada ever.
It's for the fifth grade. And how it works is they had approximately 200 students that signed up to take the program. And the top 20 students are the 20 grades that are actually added together to determine what school wins. The top 5 are actually given the awards because they have the most outstanding scores out of the 20 students. This is the first winner in Nevada. Yes, we had one school that tried it a few years ago, but no one has tried it since. So we did a big push on FBI SOS program this past fall when school started. I sent information out to every school district in the Nevada, and I was just so excited when this school was our very first winner. Any school can enroll. We have to have it as a school group. They can't do it as individuals at home, but the school administrator or school teacher, computer teacher, actually gets on the website and registers the school. Once the school has been registered and it's verified that the school actually, where they're located, the address and so forth, then the teacher will have each student register. None of the students' information is kept in a database. Each student is assigned a student number. Then they log on with that student number. They go in and they take a pre-test to see what they actually know on their grade level, depending on its grade 3 through 8. Once they've taken that pre-test, then they have a little scavenger hunt that they have to do. They go through different websites, they have to click on different things, they read and they follow the directions on there. When they've finished the scavenger hunt, then they go back and they take a final test, and whoever scores highest are the winners.
And what does this in turn teach them?
It teaches them anything that they need to know to be safe online surfing. They go learn how to make correct passwords. What are safe passwords? They learn about bullying online. They learn about predators online, how to keep themselves safe from predators. They learn guidelines, limiting your time on the computer, telling your parents if someone approaches you on the computer, what to do, who to tell, if they have a trusted older sister or brother or parent or teacher that they can report this to. And then they're instructed on what happens when these crimes are actually verified and sent possibly to the FBI or local law enforcement.
What would you recommend for people who are individuals out there as far as learning things about this or teaching their kids about this?
One of the most important things is to have that computer where you can see it. Make sure you talk to your students and your children about it. Let them know what can happen. As much good as there is about the computer, there's also a lot of bad things out there that can hurt them. So they have to be able to see, they have to know, and when their kids want to get on Facebook and Twitter and things like that, to learn how to set priorities and set limits and get on there and use controls. It's also very important that they have virus scanners on their computer, that they have firewalls on their computer. People can actually hack into their computer and watch them on their video if they have a video. So it's very important that they run these computer viruses and that they teach their kids how to act appropriately on the computer.
And we had a visitor from Las Vegas this weekend. Founder and CEO of Ties That Bind was at the Cup of Faith Christian Books and Gift Store over the weekend. Deanna O'Donnell spoke with Jacqueline Jones about her art.
Well, I have my paintings here, and I'm praying for people. I'm displaying my paintings in prayer cloths. The prayer cloths are for people that are sick, or if you just want a reminder to pray on a continual basis. I pray and paint them, and also I have paintings and prints, and I get revelation from heaven, and then I paint what I see. I paint Bible characters, and I also paint what people call auras, or what I see around the person. So that's a different kind of painting. That's portrait painting, and then I will prophetically paint, or what we call prophetic, what I see around the people.
Tell me about the process of that. They send you a photo, or you take a picture of them, or what?
Well, I can take a picture of them, and then I can paint it. I have to meet the people and pray for them first to get the prophetic painting. And I also did a painting, and it's not finished yet, for Pahrump, because I prayed, and I feel that God is going to open doors here for people to have increased revelation, and also to receive money. And so this is also, there's another door of favor happening. Favor on the people of Pahrump, and I saw an angel wing over Pahrump. So I'd like to paint that as a whole group of, the whole city of Pahrump has an angel wing over it.
Is that the one that you have, this painting that you have with the door opening?
That's an open door. That's God said He's going to open a door for us that no man can close, and that's what those doors are in the paintings up by the window. Yes.
How can people get in touch with you to have you do their painting and sort of speak to you more about your artwork?
Okay, they can. I have a website. It's www.wix.com/Jacqueline, JACQUELYN 007/Teddy, TEDDY, or they can call my phone number it's a cell 702-752-3246.
If people want to meet you, do they need to go into Vegas?
Yes. unless they can meet me at Cup of Faith.
There you go. Give your email address really quick.
Okay, it's www.jjonesy, JONSEY007
Thank you. Thanks so much for meeting with us today, Jacqueline, and thank you so much for letting us see your artwork, and we look forward to seeing that painting of Pahrump.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Once again, give Jacqueline a phone call, and we'll let you know if she's coming back to Cup of Faith and what's going on down here. This is Deanna O'Donnell.
Coming up right after the break, there were 3 openings just since this weekend, and one had its ribbon cutting today.
That's right, another had its season opener, and the last held an open house.
We'll tell you all about these companies right after the break. Keep it here.
News 46 is brought to you by Affiliated Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, specializing in comprehensive accident rehabilitation. Our goal is to create the individual treatment plan that will restore your health and end pain. Come in for your free consultation. Call 775-727-8900.
Welcome back to News 46, and even in this sad economy, yet another business in town has opened up. Austin Cabinets, owned by William Austin, held its ribbon cutting today at the Chamber of Commerce, and Vernon Van Winkle was there to speak to him about his company.
Bill Austin's with us here today. He owns Austin Cabinets. So at this time, I would like him to cut the ribbon and welcome him to the chamber. All righty.
Well, I've been doing this for about 25 years, and I do a lot of entertainment centers, hutches. Right now I've been doing a lot of home offices. Sometimes we'll put a Murphy bed in there so they can still use it as a bedroom. And I do garage cabinets. I can do inexpensive ones, or we can customize them however you want. And of course kitchen cabinets and all that kind of stuff.
And let's talk about the garage. Everybody has a garage that they'd like to improve on. I'm sure that's probably one of the most beneficial things that you could probably do today without getting into a lot of cost factors. When you start getting inside the house, you got to tear things apart and do a little bit more of it. Tell us a little bit about some garage things that you can do to help people out.
Well, I offer a couple different things. I can do either like storage units where I've just got 2x4s and shelves. A lot of people use those big tubs to store things in, and these utilize those pretty good. And they're pretty inexpensive, where I can do cabinets with doors. We can paint them, or you can even do a stain grade cabinet. We can do, mica tops, the little pegboards to hang your stuff on, anything people are looking for.
Very well. And is there a cost factor margin that you work from or anything like that? I mean, how much would it take for somebody to get involved with that to have a garage done?
Garage cabinets for a storage unit for like to put your tubs in, which is 2x4s and it's open. I do a 10-foot unit with 4 shelves for $350, and it's gets quite a few tubs in there or general things to store. Or I do unpainted cabinets, and the owner can paint them, and I start that at about $45 a foot for a base or $45 a foot for an upper.
And how did someone reach you?
I'm in the book, and my number is 910-9848.
Well, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints held their open house over the weekend, and News 46 had the opportunity to speak with State President Louis Richards about the church.
The building was occupied for the first time last Sunday, but we wanted to do an open house and just invite all of the Pahrump community to come in and see what we had built here. We've got various members of our church who are taking people on tours of the building just so that they can see all of the features.
And such a beautiful chapel that you have in there as well. Some of the highlights of the tours seems to be the young women's room and primary room, some of the meeting rooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we have special meeting rooms throughout the entire building for the various groups that meet here. For the women, there's the Relief Society room, the young women's room, as you mentioned, and then we have a room specially built for the children.
The one that we have, the chapel that we have over on Wilson,
yes.
That was just bursting at the seams, wasn't it?
It was. We had 4 of our congregations, or we call them wards, meeting in that building, and it did a great job of taking care of all 4 units for years, but it was time. It was time to build a new building in Pahrump, and so today we're standing in it.
And we're going to have 2 wards out of this building, and how many are going to be after the one in Wilson from now on?
2 wards will remain at the Wilson Street building, then we'll have 2 in this building as well.
And this is already just taken on the community by storm here. I mean, this is really needed. Are we looking for future ones here in Pahrump?
No, actually, we've got a lot of room now with this building to create additional units or wards out in the Pahrump area, so this should take care of us for a long time to come.
And I know that somebody was telling me some facts and figures today. 400 chapels are built per year by the church just to accommodate.
That's probably true. The church is growing very rapidly, and it is somewhere between 300 and 400 buildings a year worldwide.
Tell me how a person can get involved in the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Just come out and attend with us. The doors are open. We welcome everyone to come out and participate, and hopefully members of the community will do that.
And what times do we meet?
In both buildings, the meeting times are 9 a.m. and 11:30, so you've got options.
And I know that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints really looks on the family issues here, as well as helping out they focus on the kids and teenagers a lot, don't they?
Especially, yeah. Families are very important, but the church is really about the individual, whether a person is a member of a family or not. Again, it's for everyone.
It was opening day for the Pahrump Valley Speedway on Saturday. Owner Chad Broadhead spoke to News 46 about the new season.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. A lot of our classes showed up today. The mini stocks just got through running their main event, and it was pretty aggressive driving. I think the rust is showing with that couple of months off, but they done a good race and a lot of hitting in that race. But you know, they turned out okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Definitely anxious to get back out there on the racetrack as well. I know we have some special events coming up, but tell me some of the classes that are running today.
Today we have all of the classes except for the canned coupes. The rest of them are all here running today. So we had 7 classes show up. The mods are here. Not many turned out on the modifieds. I don't know where they went today, if they went ahead and went to Mojave or if they just didn't want to race, but they didn't show up too much. But we're doing pretty good. And then we got a couple of special races coming up in April. We're going to have the Dwarf Nationals, and we'll be having a 3-day event up here for them. And then we're also going to have a bomber. The bomber guys are coming out. We're going to do a demolition derby I believe that is April 19th, I believe.
You can go to bombernation.com for information on that too, as well as PrumpValleySpeedway.com, right?
Yes, you can. You can check out either one of the websites and to have all the information there for you.
That's wonderful. When are we going to be out here next?
We'll be out here on the 19th again of this month. We'll be starting at 1 o'clock. All classes again will be racing. And a lot of the guys are out still getting their motors redone and trannies and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll have more turnout. We had like 40 today, but we're hoping like 60 for the next race.
Well, that's going to be a good weekend because that's actually a 4-day weekend that weekend. I know there might be a little hindrance on the having the Super Bowl this weekend, but you never know. I know that 4-day weekend people can come out here and have just a great time.
Yes, they can. They can come out here and enjoy themselves. And like I said, we just hope we'd have a lot more cars, but it's hard when you got competing tracks within 200 miles. And, you know, we send everybody our schedule in September so we don't cross-reference over the top of any other tracks. We're working hand-in-hand with Leland down in Victorville, so we're not racing on the same weekends. But Mojave decided to race on top of us, so, you know, let the drivers choose where they want to go.
There you go. And for more information, people can, of course, go to
PrumpValleySpeedway.com or PrumpValleyBlogspot.com.
Wonderful. And bring your family, kids and everybody. You can have snacks here at the races, and if you're a driver and you're interested as well.
Oh, yes. Your family can come out here and get a full line of food. We're hoping to have our hamburgers and hot dogs back for the next race. We've got all the issues for the health department all taken care of. They was looking at, you know, on their water and so on. So that's all taken care of. And so we're getting things rolling again. You know, first time in a long time this track's been like this. So
great to see it back.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully things will keep getting better. Hopefully we keep getting more cars and more fan base coming, I hope.
Well, you know, it was a really great weekend to have races like that outside.
It was.
And we're going to have another great weekend coming up for us
Good.
right around the corner. Don't go anywhere. I got your 7-day forecast right after this break.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body. For more information, you can visit their website at nevadadairycouncil.org.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to News 46. I'm Rick Vale with your weather. Today we had a high of 57 degrees. A little chilly out there, but not horrible. Winds out of the north-northeast up to 19 miles per hour. Very windy out there. Be very careful when you're driving around in a high-profile vehicle or anything like that along the major highways, because that wind will blow you right over, it seems. Pressure holding steady, 29.99. Sunrise was at 6:39 a.m., and our record high was 81 degrees back in 1963. Now for tonight, it's going to be clear out there with a low of 28 degrees. Now, you all know what this means. It's the 5 P's of Pahrump. We're below freezing. Your pets, your pumps, your plants, your pipes, your pools, all of this stuff needs to get taken care of. It will be below freezing tonight, so watch out for it. It's also going to be breezy out tonight, and winds out of the northeast up to 12 miles per hour. Our sunset was at 5:18 p.m. and a record low of very cold degrees, 10 back in 1989. Now moving on to our 7-day forecast. Take a look at that right there. Windy, not nearly as windy as it was today, but a little bit windy tomorrow, like 10 mile per hour winds, 12 mile per hour winds on Thursday. 57 degrees for our high on Wednesday, with a low of 27 degrees, still below freezing, still 5 P's of Pahrump. In effect, you don't want a dogsicle in your front yard. Make sure you take care of your pets. Thursday, a high of 60 and a low of 31. Friday, looking pretty good with a high of 66 and a low of 34. Now, moving into the weekend, very nice weekend ahead of us. Saturday, looking very nice with a 69-degree high and a low of 34 degrees. Sunday, not too much different with a high of 70 degrees and a low of 35. Monday, heading into next week, is looking okay too. 67 degrees for our high with 37 degrees for our low. And rolling out our 7-day forecast is Tuesday. Partly cloudy skies, a high of 67 and a low of 37. All right, there will be a community group meeting with Senior Dimensions on Thursday, February 10th at 10 a.m. This will be held at the Pahrump Nugget Banquet Hall and is open to the public. Again, that's this Thursday, February 12th at 10 a.m.
Also, the Pahrump Town Little League is holding sign-ups. Sign-ups will be held tomorrow on Wednesday, February 9th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Ian Deutsch Memorial Park above the snack bar. Don't forget to bring your child's birth certificate. So we are going to have a nice weekend.
We are. We're going to have a very nice weekend. It seems like we've been having really nice weekends all month long, with the exception of during the week where we seem to dip below freezing temperatures. But I'm okay with that because I'm stuck inside all week long, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, it seems like it's going to feel like spring.
Well,
I'm
maybe,
like that.
I don't know, maybe the groundhog was right, maybe he wasn't. We'll have to wait and see.
I don't know. Well, hey, everybody out there, I want to thank you for your phone calls and emails regarding senior dimensions and your challenges with having to go over the hill. Remember, please, if you give a call, that to leave your name and contact information so that we can contact you if we have any questions or if you're willing to go on videotape. Again, contact Rodney Camacho at 775-727-9400, extension 210, or you can email him at rodney@kpvm.tv.
And if you missed any part of tonight's broadcast, or any other broadcast for that matter, you can always tune into them on our website. KPVM.TV is up and running, and you can catch all the latest TV shows and news. You can go there and check out any newscasts for as far back as we've had the site running, which is not that long, but we're getting it filled up with all kinds of good stuff for you, so make sure you check it out and let us know how you like it. And that being said, it's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Rick Vale.
And I'm Rhonda Van Winkle.
From everyone up here on the Hill at KPVM, we wish you a safe evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow night. Until then, good night, Prump.
Good night.